Welcome to an extraordinary 500-day journey, one that chronicles the resurrection of a once-forgotten, multi-billion-dollar superyacht. What began as a near-impossible mission slowly unfolded into one of the most ambitious restoration projects ever undertaken. This is not just a story about rebuilding a ship, it is a testament to human determination, engineering brilliance, and the relentless pursuit of perfection. Day 1. Discovery of a forgotten giant. The journey began on day 1. When our team first arrived at the site, what we found was far from inspiring, at least at first glance. Buried beneath layers of sand, surrounded by wild, untamed vegetation, lay the skeletal remains of a once magnificent superyacht. Massive rusted steel frames jutted out awkwardly from the earth, twisted and corroded after years of abandonment. The hull itself had become part of the landscape, overtaken by nature. Standing there, it was hard to imagine that this decaying structure would one day transform into a floating paradise. But within that rusted shell, we saw potential, a hidden masterpiece waiting to be reborn. Days 2 to 15, Excavation and Structural Removal.
Audio content produced by vb.vn.
The first real challenge began immediately. Days 2 through 15 were dedicated entirely to excavation. This was no ordinary cleanup. Heavy-duty excavators were brought in, and dozens of workers labored day and night to free the ship from the grip of mud and sand. Each movement required precision. The structure, weakened by time, could not withstand careless handling. Large sections of irreparable steel had to be carefully cut away using industrial-grade equipment. Sparks flew constantly as torches sliced through decades-old metal. It was physically exhausting work. Mud, heat, and unpredictable terrain made every step difficult. Yet slowly, piece by piece, the ship began to re-emerge, like a giant awakening from a long sleep. Days 16 to 45, grinding away the past. Once the ship was fully exposed, the next phase began, restoration of the remaining structure. From day 16 to 45, the air was filled with the constant sound of grinding machines. This stage was both intense and mesmerizing. Workers used high-powered grinders to strip away layers of rust that had built up over decades. Showers of sparks lit up the site like fireworks, especially during nighttime shifts.
Audio content produced by vb.vn.
Underneath all that corrosion, something incredible began to appear: the original steel. Strong, resilient, and still capable of supporting the vision ahead. This phase was about revealing strength, uncovering what remained viable, and preparing the surface for rebirth. Days 211 to 280, lighting the vision. With the flaws complete, attention turned to lighting, an essential element in shaping the yacht's atmosphere. From day 211 to 280, engineers installed advanced electrical systems throughout the vessel. Smart LED strips were embedded along ceilings, walls, and pathways. These lights were not just functional. They were designed to create moods, soft ambient glows for relaxation, vibrant tones for entertainment, and dramatic lighting for cinematic effects. Every corridor became a visual experience. The yacht was no longer just a structure, it was becoming an environment. Days 281 to 350, Natural Luxury and Design Innovation. The next phase focused on blending luxury with natural elements. From day 281 to 350, designers introduced unique materials, most notably, thousands of coconut shells. Each one was carefully selected, cut, and arranged by hand. These shells were embedded into polished resin surfaces, creating stunning textures that reflected both nature and craftsmanship. The result was a one-of-a-kind restaurant space, warm, organic, and undeniably luxurious. This stage highlighted creativity and attention to detail on an entirely new level. Days 351 to 420, Crafting Comfort and Functionality. From day 351 to 420, the focus shifted to the yacht's living spaces. Luxury suites were constructed with precision. Every detail, from wall finishes to layout, was carefully planned to maximize comfort and elegance.
Experience AI voice technology at vb.vn.
A fully equipped gym was also installed, featuring high-end equipment positioned to face the open sea. Large windows treated with anti-glare technology allowed guests to enjoy uninterrupted ocean views while maintaining comfort. This phase brought functionality and lifestyle into the project. Days 421 to 480, furnishing the dream. As the structure neared completion, it was time to bring in the finishing touches. From day 421 to 480, exquisite furniture was installed throughout the yacht. Pure white sofas added a sense of sophistication and calm. Futuristic wave-shaped beds echoed the ocean theme, blending design with comfort. Every piece was carefully chosen to match the yacht's identity: modern, elegant, and immersive. Final 20 days, perfection and preparation. The last 20 days were dedicated to perfection. Every surface was polished: floors, walls, metal fixtures. The industrial kitchen received special attention, with copper and stainless steel elements refined to a flawless finish. The goal was clear: achieve a level of quality that could withstand even 16K resolution scrutiny. Nothing was overlooked. Completion, a miracle realized. At the end of 500 days, the transformation was complete. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey, from decay to brilliance. From silence to life. From wreckage to wonder.
Experience AI voice technology at vb.vn.
Days 46 to 90, rebuilding protection and identity. With the structure stabilized, the project moved into a more refined phase. From day 46 to 90, the focus shifted to protection and aesthetics. Using advanced marine-grade anti-corrosion coatings, the entire exterior was treated with cutting-edge technology designed to withstand harsh ocean conditions for decades to come. Layer after layer was applied meticulously. As the coatings dried under the blazing sun, the ship began to transform visually. A pristine combination of white and modern grey replaced the dull rust tones. It was the first glimpse of what the yacht could truly become: clean, elegant, and powerful. Day 91, entering the interior battlefield. If the exterior was challenging, the interior was something else entirely. On day 91, the team stepped inside, and what they found was devastating. Rooms were completely destroyed. Some had been burned out, leaving behind blackened surfaces and twisted remnants. Others were filled with industrial waste, debris, and hazardous materials. The environment was unsafe and chaotic. But this was where the transformation would become most meaningful. Days 92 to 150, clearing and rebuilding foundations. From day 92 to 150, the team undertook one of the toughest phases: clearing the interior and rebuilding the foundation. Workers operated in harsh conditions: heat, dust, and confined spaces. Every room had to be emptied, cleaned, and sanitized. Tons of debris were removed.
vb.vn, Vietnam's leading text-to-speech solution.
Once cleared, a new base was installed: a super-flat cement leveling system. This was essential. It created the perfect foundation for the design phases that would follow. Precision here would determine the success of everything above it. Days 151 to 210, the art of 3D epoxy transformation. This stage marked a turning point, from construction to artistry. From day 151 to 210, skilled artisans stepped in to create one of the yacht's most breathtaking features: 3D epoxy flooring. Massive panels depicting ocean panoramas were carefully placed across the floors. These weren't just decorations, they were immersive environments. Layers of transparent resin were poured over them, each one adding depth and realism. Using specialized techniques, including blowtorches, artisans created wave-like textures within the resin. The result was astonishing. It felt as if the ocean itself was alive beneath your feet, with waves frozen in motion. This phase transformed the interior into something magical.